The man who walks alone does not do so out of loneliness or force, but because he has seen through the nature of life itself. He leaves behind the noise, the hands that try to mold him into something useful or acceptable. In silence, he does not feel isolated but free. No longer running from himself, he lets the quiet open before him like a vast road and steps into it calmly. In true solitude, one does not lose anything. One simply begins to become oneself. When the man accepts silence, he discovers a paradox. The deeper he goes into solitude, the less lonely he feels. As the world's noise fades, he begins to see life as it truly is. Not a collection of separate things, but a unified flow where every breath, every gust of wind, every shadow moves in harmony. He feels the rhythm of the wind, the grace of bending trees, and the river's effortless flow. In that stillness, he realizes he was never alone. The man walks not to escape, but to return, to something deeper than words, beyond fear, touching the pure essence of existence. The man who walks alone needs no explanation or recognition. He does not seek to be understood, nor to prove his worth. His strength does not come from power or dominance, but from quiet self-knowledge. In a world obsessed with visibility and praise, walking alone becomes an act of silent rebellion. He is free from others' expectations and social molds. Where there is no need to prove himself, he finds freedom, a strength born from within, unmoved by approval or criticism. He does not walk to leave the world, but to live within it, freely and without fear. Most people fear solitude. They dread the silence where only their own thoughts echo. So they flee into crowds, chatter, and constant busyness. But the man who walks alone is different. He does not flee from silence. He lets it surround him, breathe through him. In that space, he discovers something rare: clarity. When he no longer seeks approval or the gaze of others, he reaches deep peace. He becomes like a lone wolf in the mountains, silent, decisive, needing no announcement of his presence. He leaves the pack not from disdain, but because he has outgrown the need to belong. In that aloneness, he finds a quiet strength, the power of one who no longer needs validation to exist. To walk alone is not to be lost. This man does not wander aimlessly. He is guided by an inner compass untouched by opinions or judgments. He does not seek shelter in acceptance, nor let others define him. Most people chase endlessly after fame, love, meaning, illusions they believe will make them whole. The man who walks alone has stopped, not out of defeat, but because he knows there is nothing real to chase. He sees through the game of life and steps beyond it. In that stillness, he discovers a primal peace, where there is no need to prove, no desire to have, only the truth of being. In solitude, the man faces himself in his rawest form. With no one left to impress, nothing left to hide, he sees himself clearly, stripped of roles, titles, and the stories he once told. And when those layers fall away, something remarkable happens. He becomes real. No longer a reflection of the world, he stands as himself, unapologetic and unmasked. Though society may call him a loner, a rebel, a wanderer, he fits none of those names. He is simply one who walks his own path, following his own rhythm. In that choice, he finds something greater than belonging, inner freedom, something no one can give or take away. Freedom is not comfort. When the man steps beyond the familiar, he faces a vast emptiness. No one to lean on, nothing to cling to. Most prefer the safety of their cages to the uncertainty of the open sky. But he chooses the sky, despite its vastness. He knows that true freedom comes with responsibility, to carry his own weight, to stand alone, to walk his chosen road. He walks not because he must, but because he chooses to. His steps are steady, unhurried, neither looking back nor rushing forward, moving only to the rhythm of something deep within, a silent pull that needs no name. The man who walks alone is untouched by the distractions of the world. He is not swept up in the pursuit of fame, status, or security, illusions that fade upon contact. Instead, he walks with calm awareness, knowing nothing outside himself is truly needed. Each step radiates patience and steadiness. He seeks no destination, for he understands that every step is already the arrival. His journey is not outward, but inward, into the deep silence most fear. There, silence is not empty, but full of life, a sacred space where he learns to listen with his soul, touching what lies beyond words and merging with the rhythm of existence itself. Most people live in resistance, fearing loneliness, emptiness, the unknown. They fill every moment with noise, work, and relationships, believing constant motion can save them from themselves. But the man who walks alone does not resist. He allows vastness to wash over him, shaping him into something raw and real. In surrender, he discovers a profound truth. Closeness to the world does not come from grasping, but from allowing things to simply be. He feels the wind is alive, sees rivers and trees moving with him. He no longer seeks to understand with the mind, for true understanding lies in simply seeing and being.